Y'all quit lying to this woman, act like she cute though. Michelle Obama is not a good looking woman. Everybody can't be fine, like my wife.
Okay, so before I go into that, that is the comment that he made about Michelle Obama, that she's not cute, she's not attractive, and that's fine. That she's not. Everybody can't be fine like his wife. Remember, he is the one who brought his wife into the conversation. The bigger issue that most people have with it, specifically, me and other Black women, is why are you bringing her into the conversation? I know it's part of a larger discussion that he was having, but it wasn't a larger discussion that had to do with her specifically. He just threw her out there. And I think people do that, specifically Black men who are on the right, throw Michelle Obama out there because it's red meat to the base. And again, I'm a Republican, and Brandon Tatum can come at me all he wants to. I am a Black female Republican. I am not a Trump supporter. I will never be a Trump supporter. I've said that multiple times on my channel. But there is certain things that are red meat in the base. Michelle Obama, Joe Biden, trans people. That's red meat. All day, every day, they will go after that. And DEI. Those are the things that no matter what you do, it's like throwing chum into a pool of piranhas. They go after it. So I think that's why he did it, because Officer Tatum keeps saying he's an officer, he's experienced, blah blah blah. Well, I think he was a public safety officer. I don't think he was ever like a traffic, detective, police officer, anything like that. I think he was only a public safety officer or like a communications officer. But he's a YouTuber now, and you live and die by the views that you have. And when you have made this your only career, you need to do whatever it takes to get the clicks and views. I mean, if you look at his channel, I actually do want to pull up his YouTube channel, because it looks a specific way for a reason. And even some of the hold on, let me just. All right. So I'm just going to show you this. This is his channel. His channel is all, shock faces and jokes backfired and NBA. It's all this, again, all these catchphrases and all these images to get you to view his channel. And it's all clickbait. The reason why I say it's clickbait is because, like, this video, we're talking about the good golf ad. Saying offensive and his hands on his head, and then you think he's going to be on the smart side of history, saying that the video, the commercial was bad. Instead, he's like, oh no, you should never apologize. This video was fine. This ad was fine. And that's how he is throughout everything. But he has to be. I completely get that. And again, he threw Trump to the piranha that are his followers and people who listen to him, and they went after it. The problem is he didn't expect for Black people to really pay attention to the things that he said and be offended by, and to have other men take up for Michelle when he's calling her ugly. He's basically calling her ugly. And me personally, I take that offensive because me and Michelle Obama are the same body type. We are both tall, the same shape. It's the same. So when people call her a man, or when people call her ugly, I kind of feel like, well, are just tall Black women just ugly to you? Like, it makes me feel bad. Do I look like a man because I'm a taller woman, even though I'm not? I mean, he even said in the original video that, she might be a man. I don't think she is, which is already offensive. I mean, why did that become the trope of the far right, that Michelle Obama was a man? It's the weirdest thing. That even when we look at other women who are far right, who are right-wing Republicans, I mean, are we saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't look like a man? I mean, she's got that bulky body type because she does call it CrossFit. I am not saying she's a man, but I'm just saying they could have said something like that about her, and they choose not to. It's really only when they go after Michelle Obama. So that happened. Fine, whatever. And his wife decided that, well, here, let me back up. He brought his wife into it, and then people automatically went to her profile and started talking badly about her. I personally think that she should not have gotten involved at all, but her husband dragged her into this. So let me share the post that she put up, because now what she's doing is taking the comments of people who called her ugly and posting them for people to now attack them and call them ugly. So let me just refresh. Let me turn the volume on. So here's how the post starts. negative comments of calling her silly goat, calling her ugly, whatever, whatever. And it's a lot of posts that she's using. And it goes further because she then posted again the other day. She made this post, actually, this was posted an hour ago. While grown men and blogs are making posts after posts, worried about my face, Brandon and I were in a meeting with the vice president of the United States following by a reception with the President Donald Trump. The sky is the limit. The sky is not the limit. The president and the vice president will sit with anybody who supports them. I mean, for a very good amount of time. I mean, the Tate brothers could have gotten to the White House before their recent arrest. It does not matter. He lets anybody in the White House who will love him and talk to him and support him and believe and go with everything that he says no matter what. So he'll let you in the White House for that. That is the cost of admission into the White House, is unwavering support. So it's not a big deal that you've gotten to the White House. Brandon has done whatever it takes for the right wing to appreciate him and want to accept him, even though he is a black man, and that is just, being black is the last thing on his list. And you can see it by the topics that he says. I think that he says that black people are always victims, that, you know, black people are always looking for a handout and not wanting to do the work, even though we've been doing the work for a centuries. We've been doing the work to be better, be stronger. You know, we have to work harder at the jobs that we have. We're not just looking for handouts. True enough, there are people who are going to take advantage of the system, but that's on the white and black side. And he never talks about the white side. He only talks about the black side. And that's the problem. So I do want to say something, because I heard something that Brandon Tatum was adopted. And I just want to see if that's true. Okay, yeah. I think people are now making up stuff about him being adopted because of his behavior, but he was not adopted. He has black parents. So Corinne is now involved in making these different posts and everything. So because Corinne is now getting attacked and people are going through all of her Instagram posts, trying to, you know, find the worst picture of her if she's ugly. And I'm not going to comment on if she's ugly or not. To me, if you're asking me, she looks like every white woman in pickup line to go get my son or drop off every white teacher in the area that I live in. There's nothing spectacular about her. There's nothing special about her. There's nothing ugly about her. There's anything about her. She's just plain. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. She's just plain. You know, one of the things I am happy about with myself that makes me unique is that I am so tall. And I'm not like big, wide tall. I'm just straight up and down, just a taller woman. Like I got stretched out or something. And I've been like this my entire life, and I'm proud of it, but it makes me unique. With Corinne, there's nothing really that makes her unique. So let's go to what ended up happening. So this is getting worse because we have now, I think it's Pastor Swan who's come out, D.L. Hughley's come out. There's a lot of people who have come out and basically called Corinne ugly, which is bad on those men too for involving her. They shouldn't. You shouldn't be going after his wife. Yes, he brought her into this. Yes, he put her out for you know, food for thought to everybody that she's fine, like his wife, whatever, fine. But I think people should have left it alone. And she didn't make it any better because, of course, she comes out and says that it was just a joke and they were playing around. We all know they were not joking. So then he makes this post that is now pinned to his profile. So let's go ahead and
I was going to let it go. Dear Hughley, let me just say this, man. I was going to let it go. Dear Hughley, you know, I'm talking about my wife, you know, but now I'm finna put y'all wives on here. And DL, you can't say nothing because you cheated on your wife. And y'all got to think, this is from months ago. These fools done went back in the archives to find a video to try to get mad at me. And let me add something else. This is how fake these people are. I was actually defending Barack Obama because Michelle Obama was talking so much trash to him and treating him like he ain't worth nothing. You know, I wanted to...
Let me pause it right there. That's what it was, that Michelle Obama treats him like he's not worth anything. I think we can all agree that on her podcast, she is venting frustrations, but frustrations as a wife. She's not talking down to him or talking badly about him. She's venting frustrations, and not even serious frustrations, just like commentary we all have about our husbands. They're annoying. They have weird habits. They have weird hobbies. I wish they would get out of the house. Oh, he's so this. That's normal stuff. But we've all seen their marriage, and she's been honest about the ups and downs that she's gone through in her marriage. I remember she said during their time in the White House that there was a time they weren't even speaking. There was a time when she thought they might break up because the White House is so hard on them. But then you also think about moments like when she spoke about him when his memorial library opened up, the Obama Center opened up in Chicago. She spoke with such adoring love and care about their story that he almost cried. Couldn't even look at her. She's proud of him as a husband. She loves him and adores him, but husbands can be annoying. I make the commentary all the time. Loving your husband is easy. Being married blows. Why? Because there's a lot of things that come with being married. There's a lot of responsibilities, whether you have kids or not. If your husband changes jobs, you're now picking up your life and moving your job. Let's say your husband's having a down moment. Now you as a wife are trying to build him up and make sure he feels secure. And it's a lot of work that goes into it. So it's not going to be loving happiness. I'm pretty sure Corinne Tatum, she probably talks mad crap about Brandon. You know, she probably does because that's normal behavior. Let's see the rest of this video.
Let it go, but
Because I've
y'all
never
keep
watched
making
this.
videos about my wife. Now I got to stand up for my wife. And all of this is over Nolan Wells because I dared to interview and give a voice to people who they falsely accused this whole time. And they
Wait, what?
hate the fact that I'm married to a white woman. This is pure racism.
What is
This
happening?
is what your favorite celebrities. One guy's supposed to be a pastor, and one guy was, at one point one of the top guys in the comedy scene. This is what they devolved to. Why y'all don't have y'all wives on y'all page? I'm just wondering. I ain't seen homeboy fake pastor. I ain't seen his wife, and I ain't seen D.L. Hughley wife. Now I know why they ain't put their wife on their page, but you tell me.
That was my first time watching that. So Brandon Tatum is under the impression that all of this is going on because of the Nolan Wells situation. That's why everybody is mad at him. I am annoyed at his stupidity. Um, this all happened because you talked about Michelle Obama for zero reason, and people have a love and adoration for her in the Black community. An educated Black woman space. We all have we have an amazing amount of respect for this woman who forewent her career to be a wife to a president, become a first lady, and who's now getting some shine now because she didn't get to have it before because she was focused on being a first lady, which is a job in itself. True enough, yes, he has gotten more attention because of his position on the Nolan Wells, but he just made a very, very dangerous comment in here where he said that the boys are being accused or falsely accused of something. Nobody has accused them of doing anything. Let's be clear. The white boys who were with Nolan Wells before he passed away are not being accused of anything. Everybody is making the same comment. What happened? Why did you have his phone? What's going on? Do you guys know something? What's happening? What's going on? That's a constant swing of questions. What happens? What's going on? Why did you have his phone? That's a swing of questions. That is not accusing anybody. He's gone after Nolan Wells' mother, making the suggestion that she's accused the boys. But what everybody is saying and the Nolan Wells' mother is saying and father is saying is the same thing. Y'all were the last to see my son. Tell me what happened. I pray that nothing ever happens to Brandon and Corinne's children in the care of somebody else. Not one of their friends. Like let's say one of their kids goes to a friend's house, and their parents aren't watching like they're supposed to, and something happens, and the parents are kind of like, I don't know, I wasn't sure, I was in the house, I'm not sure. They'd be furious. Red, black, green, white, they'd be unbelievably furious. And let me tell you, regardless of the color of the boys, any parent would be infuriated that they got this kind of response from their children's friends. They would be. And Brandon, again, is seeing this as his only thing. People are only mad at me because I support Nolan Wells and because my wife is white. let's be real. We all assumed your wife was white, but nobody knew that. Nobody knew that until you drug her in here and we all looked up and saw what she looked like. That's how all this started. I didn't know you were married to a white woman. And in 2026, what black man, especially a black man on the right, is not married to a white woman? I could go through all the list of black men on the right who are married to white women, all of them. And nobody cares. No one cares about that. What we care about is the fact that you are so deep in the, I got to get clicks and views of YouTube that you are pulling in people into the conversation and doing things that doesn't make any sense. I talked about it on the last show. His opinion on the Sonia Massey case. Even when in this one instance, all of his followers were like, you are absolutely wrong. That's not what happened. She didn't, you're looking at an edited video. He did not care. He still posted the video. Nolan Wells, how he's handling that, saying that Nolan must have done something wrong. He must have been on drugs. These white boys are smart. They're this, they're that, da 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 da, and putting them on a pedestal and just making Nolan seem like, oh, he was a good kid who had strong character, but maybe he did drugs that day. I mean, maybe he did this that day. Maybe he did that day. The good article. I mean, excuse me, the good commercial. Everybody else recognized that this commercial was very poorly done, that it shouldn't have been, that it should not have gone out that the way that he did. Having a golfer come out and shove a woman to the ground was a poorly done executed commercial. But it doesn't matter. If he is the opposition to every normal opinion, he's doing the same thing in his cancer case. He's always going to be the opposition because he knows people want to hear that. And the far right is always going to agree with him. So his behavior during this and Corinne's behavior as another woman, girl, you need to do better as a woman. It should never been that he was making a joke about Michelle Obama and you thought it was funny and it was just a joke. You guys know how to take a joke. It's not that serious. Like, no. What you should have said as a woman is, my husband made that comment. I don't agree. I think Michelle Obama is a wonderful woman. I look forward to meeting her one day. End of conversation. That takes you out of it. People are no longer attacking you and can focus just on him being a dick. But you didn't want to do that. I would never allow my husband to attack another woman, whether he thought it was funny or not. I just wouldn't let him do that. And if you listen to Life Full Circle Radio, yeah, I make my comments and I make my jokes, but I would never viciously go after a random woman because, again, for clicks and views. So those are my thoughts. And listen, drop them in my comments. Let me know what your thoughts are about it. Let me know if you feel like the Michelle Obama thing it was just a joke and it's just funny. And let me say this one more before I close this video down. To all the men who are calling her ugly, y'all need to stop. Y'all really, really need to stop. It is obnoxious. It is stupid. And it's just making y'all down to Brandon Tatum's level. And you should not be down there. DL Hughley and Pat and Talbert Swan, you guys even commenting on her looks, whether you said she was ugly or normal or whatever, you guys as men shouldn't be doing this because now we're dragging more wives into it. And especially wives like DL Hughley's wife, who doesn't like being in the spotlight, which he said, oh, she must not be posting her because she's not attractive. She doesn't want to be in the spotlight. She does not. She has made that comment, I think, after the whole affair thing happened, which was almost a decade ago now. She doesn't want to be in the spotlight. I don't know about Talbert Swan's life, but she probably also doesn't want to be in the spotlight. Once you put your spouse on social media, it is open for anybody to make their comments and make their judgment and basically make you feel bad about your relationship. So those are my thoughts. Drop down in my comments. Let me know what yours. I'm really eager to hear what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.